On a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah.
how much do you like the idea of Gap Vintage?
I'm a hopeful 7.
A
Hopeful
7.
7, yes.
Wow.
Um,
Lucky number
and I'll
7.
tell you
All right.
why.
All right.
One, vintage Gap is the most in-demand Gap product right now. Like, that's what all
Very
of this
sad.
next generation is looking to. They're not going to the Gap store. They are scouring thrift stores and consignment shops to find this product right now. So I actually like this more from the perspective of it's a way to drive traffic. There's limited drops. They're doing pop-up shops around the globe. Like they're going into and they're doing this on gap.com, which I think is a smart way to just try to gain interest from a new consumer that hopefully comes for the Gap vintage and stays for maybe some new accompanying Gap pieces like t-shirts or some of the other staples. And I do think that more retailers need to be profiting off the reselling of their product, whether it's vintage product or it's just, the drops or resales that we're seeing, much like what we've described in the past with like Nike and GOAT or StockX. Like it doesn't make sense that those companies are profiting off of your brand. But, and here's the big but, Chris,
There's always a but, like we said in the beginning.
the one person or team with Sean Weatherspoon curating one store and some pop-ups,
Yeah.
one drop on gap.com. Like I don't even know from a marketing perspective if that's enough to get the scale that you want, to get the success that you would want to bring enough people back to the Gap brand. I do think it's an idea worth trying, but I think it really depends on what Richard Dixon and the Gap team plan to do for the next phases of this. Like if it's something they're planning on rolling out. If it's just going to stay this small thing, I unfortunately don't think it's enough to save the Gap